Hello, Miss Paula. You are first. Oh, Debbie Sue's here. Is there a door prize? You think there should be a door prize? What kind of door prize do you want, Miss Paula? You want me to send you a pizza? I have it delivered to your house. Yep. So how's your day been, Miss Debbie Sue? Were you busy today? I was on a couple of lives and you weren't there, and we were wondering what happened to you. I got on Gina's live at lunch. During her lunchtime, she's eating spaghetti. I've been wanting to make some spaghetti. And then Evie started a live, so I hopped over onto hers. And so, hey, Miss Paula. Hey, Debbie Sue. You were gone for a while today and busy? Yeah, thought so, because you weren't on. And I mean, when Debbie Sue's not there, something's going on. Yep, yep. Anyway, the weather's finally cooled off a little bit. It was only 85 today. So, and it was nice this morning. It's like 62 degrees with a beautiful breeze, and it was nice. I'm just ready for a little cooler weather than what we've had, because it's been in the 90s and now it's in the 80s. And then we'll wake up one day and it will be 30 degrees. That's the way it goes around here. So, Miss Paula, what'd you do today? Did you go to the Senior Citizen Center? No one's chatting. All of my core tribe's not here. Yep, you went? Got your workout in? Did you eat your candy corn today, Paula? And supper with your nephew. That's nice. You got your workout in. That's great. So, what'd you have for supper? I call it supper too. I don't call it dinner. They're kind of interchangeable, but I call it supper more than I do dinner. I might ask my husband, have you had your dinner? Oh, Debbie Sue says it's supper here too. Yep. It's supper time. But I will ask my husband, have you ate dinner? I don't know what the deal is. I found this book in my garage. And it says, what makes you think Texans talk funny? And it's a dictionary of the Texas language. It has some funny stuff in here. Yeah. And so, Evie's here. So, it's pretty funny. Anyway, a lot of stuff is in 2 syllables. I was looking at that. All the stuff I brought home from my locker at the salon. I've been kind of going through some boxes out in the garage a little bit at a time, because it's like overwhelming if I don't. And I get out there and I'll work on it one box at a time. Now, I've been through a couple of boxes, consolidated stuff. Just trying to get it to a low roar. Anyway, now I know that Evie did a live today. What else did you do, Miss Evie? I had lunch break, and then I had a client that had canceled, so I was in my office watching lives for lunch. So they're not talking. They're just saying hi to each other. I have, well, it says there's 6 people here. Hi, Doc. Hi, Kim. Kimmy's here. Yay. She calls me Doc because that's my road name. Yep. I did watch lives on my lunch break. So anyway, I did that. And then I decided to go get some coffee because I didn't want to get sleepy during my last few sessions. It is a good way to catch up because I have been pretty busy. I have on the committee for a ladies retreat that we're having not this weekend, but the next. I leave on Thursday. And so I've been trying to get ready for that. Carol's here. Whole Food Matters. So what have you been doing, Kimmy? Laundry, grandkids, dinner, and a walk. That's what Evie's done today. She didn't do a lot. That sounds like a lot. Laundry, grandkids, dinner, and a walk. Evie said hi to Kim. Not a thing. That's good sometimes, though, Kimmy. So I worked. I went, saw a few clients today. And so I did that. And came home, ate leftovers, and here I am. Solitude and peace is what Kimmy said. She's had some solitude and peace. So, where's that girl of yours? I love when I have leftovers, Debbie Sue said. And then Evie said, Debbie Sue, what a treat to hear from old Mike. Did I miss something? Paula said, solitude and peace sounds good. Yes, it was, Evie. Whole Food Matters. I brought in plants I need to overwinter, and we harvested the last of our veggies. We may get close to frost tonight. Ugh, it's getting cold up there, up in their Canada way. Paula said, we love leftovers. Well, I like leftovers. My husband, there's some of them he won't eat, so I know that it's all mine. So anyway, he ate a sandwich earlier when he got home from work. So, oh, okay. I haven't got to yours yet. So it's on your video. Simply Debbie Sue said, it's on my video I put up today, Rhonda, about old Mike sending me his card and stickers. That's great. Carol from Whole Food Matters says it's going to be 2 Celsius tonight, and I'll eat anything left over. Miss Paula said, Debbie Sue got a card from old Mike. How cool is that? You talking about old me living better, or that old Mike? Yep. He's just plugging right along. So, yeah, I didn't watch a whole lot of videos today. I did Sally's live this morning, and then I did watch Kentucky Life with Debbie. Is that what she calls it? Yeah. That old Mike. Yeah. So he gives us all hope. He sure does. So Debbie said she hadn't got to watch the replay. I'll have to watch your video. I saw it. It came up on my feed. And but I watched a little bit of Gina's live and a little bit of Evie's live. So Debbie Sue said, yeah, old Mike is such an amazing man. He is. He's pretty interesting. He's pretty interesting. He's done a lot in his life, and so I picked the topic tonight. Okay. Evie said, well, Debbie, you weren't there, so I had to. He said something like from Dallas, blah, blah, and he said nothing else. Evie said, old Mike was a preacher. So, Simply Debbie Sue, good for you, Evie. Was he in your live, Evie? Anyway, I picked the topic, the struggle with letting go. And because my last video was about letting go of control, and I got some really good comments on that one. And so Paula asked, has everyone seen Allison and Karen? I did watch the one where Karen's in the Hummer. And the other one, I don't know if I had seen a video like that. I don't know if she took it down and redid it, where Karen takes her hair down. So, oh, Miss Kimmy, yes, need this. So what are you struggling letting go of, Kimmy? You gotta, my video was about letting go of control, but, and that's when you let go, that's what you're doing, really. 2 years next month. Yes, ma'am. It is coming up for you. Can you believe that it's been 2 years? Kimmy is a friend of mine that I met through the Sober Motorcycle Club my husband and I ride with. So her husband was one of the guys in the club, and he passed away 2 years ago, next month. So sad, trying to let go. Yeah, it's a process. Losing a spouse is a really hard grief, and it is a process. And like we've talked about, that it's in your timetable, not someone else's. Not somebody said, are you still grieving for him? And all that stuff that people tend to, in their well-meaning ways, say. So, so everybody meet Miss Kimmy. She's a special lady. And, thanks to me. Yes, Kimmy and I do some work together. So anyway, the one I love, Karen takes her hair down. I know. I saw one yesterday that was almost just, I guess it was the same footage, but then I don't know where it went. Everyone's saying sorry, Kim. And Sally D's here. Lovey. Miss Paula does retirement, said, I'm so sorry, Kim. Kim said, yes, ma'am, working the process. Thanks to you. Kimmy's telling everyone hello, and everyone's saying hello to Kimmy. Sally's here. Yes, Miss Sally has showed up. She's in the house. Evie said, my dad lost mom after 60 years of marriage in 2022, and he still forgets she's not here when he wakes up. Very sad. Yes, that is sad. It's a long time to be married. So Evie said, hi, Sally. Simply Debbie Sue said, I think Allison took that one down, Rhonda. I saw it and commented on it, and then it was gone. She put another one up later. Okay. So Simply Debbie Sue, oh, that is sad, Evie. So yes, I losing a spouse is a hard thing to do. It's a hard grief to walk through. And so, rebounding with Cheryl. Hello and good evening. Did you have a good day at work today? Thank you, Sally. She said you look beautiful today as usual. Thank you. Everyone's saying hi to Cheryl. Cheryl's YouTube channel is Rebounding with Cheryl, and she talks about, is today your birthday, Cheryl? She does rebounding for exercise. Happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday today. 65. Oh, it's your Medicare birthday. Are you from the United States? That's what we always call it, the Medicare birthday. I, I certainly remember when I turned 65. That's been a shy few years ago. Carol said from Whole Food Matters, it's hard for me to let go of my Benny routine. She had him for 18.5 years, and I still think it's time to walk Ben. She's talking about letting go. Yeah, it is. Um, and you know, our pets become such a part of our lives, and yeah, it does make it hard. Everybody's still saying happy birthday to Cheryl. So anyway, yeah, letting go is it's a hard process. The more important the letting go, whatever it is, the more important it is, the harder it is. And I think definitely that grief and working through that is it's it's a natural process. And I know that if you fight it and you don't go through the processes and you get stuck in that grief, it can cause some mental health problems and health problems. So rebounding with Cheryl, not ready for Medicaid maybe in 2 or 3 years. What are we discussing tonight? The struggle of letting go, Cheryl. Let go and let God. And I'm always afraid that if I let go of it, then I'm not going to get the outcome I want. I forget that God knows a better outcome than I do, that's for sure. Okay, remember to like the live, friends. Thanks, Paula. Evie said, I can go for days and weeks and be fine, and one day it hits me all over again. Yep, yeah, that's like just a song or a picture, or, it just, there's so many things. Debbie Sue said, when we loosen our grip and let go, we make space for grace. We sure do, Debbie Sue. It's what I read somewhere. God can't feel hands that are already full. So Cheryl said, great subject. Whole Food Matters. I have a great coach who helps me work through my grief. Wink, wink. Sally D, letting go isn't just about death, is it? I mean, my friend of 45 years and I are having some difficulty due to him being on alcohol, and I just can't take care of him anymore. Uh, Letting go of anything. I mean, just like it can be something as simple as your YouTube channel. And I know that the last few days I've been trying to figure out what happened, because I was getting about 250 to 300 views a day. And all of a sudden now I'm only getting 44. And it's like, what happened? What's that? I don't know. Did I piss off the algorithm? I don't know. And I want to think, I start in about, well, maybe if I do this or maybe if I do that or whatever. So, you know, I just kind of get to the end of myself and I say, you know what? It's not, I'm just going to do what God's leading me to do. And, the rest will just happen. So, okay. Evie said, really weird, but body wash makes me sad. My daughter always told her boyfriend to only use 3 pumps. Isn't it funny, the little things that can trigger grief? Sally D's Reality said, it is so hard for me because I cater to his every need since we were teenagers. Well, Sally is, enabling. an alcoholic is the worst thing you can do for them. So, Cheryl said, Amen. A good mentor, coach, pastor, or friend to talk to is important. It really is, Cheryl, to talk these things out. You can journal and you can do those things, but letting go of summer, Carol said. But and then simply Debbie Sue said, Sally, sometimes we need to let go to breathe again. That is so true. Simple retirement journey. Is your name Donna? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sally said, yes, Debbie Sue, I can finally exhale now. That's great. Now, it is Donna. Okay. Hi, Donna. She said hi to Paula. Simply Debbie Sue said Sally, Donna. They're all saying hi to Donna. And she's saying hi, everyone. We're glad you're here this evening. We're talking about the struggle of letting go. And we kind of started talking about letting go of a loved one you've lost. I just recently, the last of June, lost my best friend. And it was a hard loss. I knew it was coming. She had cancer. I knew it was coming and everything. And we talked about it and I'd expected it, but it's not been a real easy thing for me. I've kind of been mad at her for leaving me, which is, I haven't felt that way in a long time about a loss. And kind of asked God why. She was 57. She got a terminal diagnosis of cancer. And yeah, and but we've talked here, Donna, thank you. We've talked here on, I have a friend here that lost her husband a couple of years ago, and he was fairly young. She's young, in her 40s, and she's a widow. And then Carol talked about losing her dog she'd had for 18 and a half years. And, the pet ones, I did that video. Remember, Carol, I did the video about the forgotten grief, about you lose your pet and everybody's, oh, and then they kind of forget about it. But you don't. It's that you come home and they're not there to greet you, and it's hard. Oh yeah, you remember Jackson. Yes. Jackson, that was a hard one for me. And I don't know, this little one that's, he's my, I call him my therapy dog. He's always right here in my lap. I'm surprised he hadn't started snoring. This is the other one, Paula. He would be a mascot for Rambo. He's a mascot for Dinah. He's quite the mess. That's the problem. But he gets up here in my lap and he sits right here, and then he'll get to start to snoring. And it's like, I can't make a video with him up here because it's like you can hear him. I have made one before and you could hear him snoring in the video. And I'm like, what is that sound? I realized it was Scooter snoring because he's right here, and you wear a mic, it picks up everything. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was like, what is that squeaky noise in my video? I left it. I didn't, it's like, oh, well, I'm not taking it down. I haven't taken down any of my videos. Some people say they take down their old videos or they don't like one and they take it down. And there's some I don't like, some older ones, or, the audio's bad in them or whatever. And I don't take them down. I've left them. I have left them up. So maybe so I can go back and watch them, right? But, all right. Evie said, had a boss in MI, is that Missouri, that I had a cold heart. My dog had to be put down from seizures, and I went to work after, and she told me to get over it and go to work. It was just a dog. I flew him out from Oregon. Oh, Michigan. Okay, Donna. Thank you, Michigan. Yeah, that's pretty bad, Evie. To Michigan, and his head got hit on the flight, and it caused the seizures. Oh, Evie, that's sad. Yeah. Oh, Donna from Simply Retired Journey said she grew up in Michigan. Evie said you don't want to know. Uh, Carol from Hoping Matters said, Evie, you don't want to know what I would have said to him. Rebounding with Cheryl said my dog had seizures too, and we had to have him put down. That's, my other dog. Um, we had 3 dogs: Jackson, Jake, and Scooter. So, but Jake, he toward right toward the last, he started having seizures, and so then I got down to 1 dog and said I wasn't going to have any more. And my husband talked me into getting Dinah the rescue. So Donna said that's how I knew the initials for Michigan. That would be why, yeah. If you lived there, so I never lived there. Um, so I've been there once. I spoke up there at a conference years ago, and so I was at some lake in the south of Michigan, on the lake. This was a place that was on the lake where they had this conference. So, uh, Evie said she was only 23 and had just started working there. I had $5 in my account, so I went to work. She was my grandma's age, so I didn't talk back. Yeah, lots of lakes in Michigan. I don't know. It was in the south part. Might have been on one of the Great Lakes. Just a dog. Insensitive jerk. So sorry, Evie. That's what Miss Paula said. Isn't that true? Just a dog. Well, people who are pet people, some people are real attached to their cats, but you know, they mean a lot. Um, you know, so now Dinah's over here. She's fixing to mess with Scooter, so y'all may hear the fight. Um, anyway, so that's something that is a process to let go of when you lose your pet, and it does it does leave that um, vacancy, because like I said, you come home and they're there. You get up in the mornings and they're there. Like Carol used to take hers on a walk twice a day, and part of your routine, and then they're not there, and it's really sad. Um, Carol said, right, Paula and Evie, just a dog. She called him a name. Dogs are angels. Yeah, I've always said I wished I could be the person my dogs think I am. Because, they just think I'm wonderful. Happy to see me. Scooter, I come in, he barks until I pay him. I almost have to pick him up to get him to shut up barking. So Paula said, yes, angels. Mr. Rambo's quite the dog. So, and I've seen Evie's dogs in her videos, and I knew Mr. Benny. I got to meet Benny in person. Yeah, the older Benny, but um, I think that they feel that especially people that live alone, and it just kind of fills that lonely spot having a pet. They're just company, and so and I think having a dog helped me kind of transition during my retirement. I was here all day by myself, something new, and I had uh, she wasn't a puppy, but she was still pretty young, and so she was a lot to take care of. Oh, Donna says she's never owned a pet. Yeah. Oh, Evie said her dad calls dogs housemates. That's a good, hey, yeah, housemates. That's pretty good. So Carol said, Donna, really? I don't think Debbie Sue doesn't have a pet. Is that right? Is that right, Debbie Sue? Housemates, love that. Yeah, that is cool. They are. They are kind of like housemates, you know. So, um, and both my dogs just they. Oh, Debbie Sue said no, I don't, but I have before. I've had dogs before. Yeah, but yeah, both my dogs are in here. They both got beds in my office, and I'll be on here, you know, working with someone, and they're in my office. So I call them my therapy dogs. Um, Evie said if they had thumbs, they would love to help us. Yes, they would, wouldn't they? So, Donna from Simply Retirement Journey. No, never grew up with a pet and just never had the desire to own one. And that's understandable. We always had pets. When I was younger, we had a cat. And then I had this dog. It was a Boston Screwtail Terrier. They're black with the white on the face. I would put a diaper on that dog, put that dog in my carriage, and push it up and down the street. She would just let me bonnet. I put a bonnet on her, and she would just let me do whatever. So uh, I kind of wanted to uh, get another dog like that until I found out they were really hyper. My grandmother had the dog. The dog had puppies, and we got this one dog. Her name was Trixie. So Evie said, Donna, a dog would love you. Carol from Whole Food Matters says some people don't have kids. Same thing, I guess. I guess, Carol, you know, but I don't know. I think dogs are a little easier than kids. Huh. So, oh, okay. Evie said my Yorkie had a monogrammed car seat, stroller, and many carrying bags. She always went with me, even to work. That's really cool. Did you put her in the carrying bag and take her to work with you, Evie? Kim's laughing, LOL. Kim's got a cat that is antisocial. She talks about her cat. Oh, Evie said she potty trained her at work. Uh, I have a client that comes in over at the counseling center that has a little dog that she brings in her little carrying thing. So anyway, so Kimmy said she. I am going to try to pronounce it. It's so bad. Your cat. Yeah, you talk about your cat. I remember you talking about your cat. So Donna said that's too funny, Evie. Evie said Debbie Sue. Evie sounds like my sister. She has two Yorkies though. Kimmy said this dang cat. Yeah, it. You don't want to act right, does it, Kimmy? Well, I've got to where I don't know. I'm allergic to their dander. I can be in a house when someone has a cat, and I'm okay. But if I get their hair or dander on me, it breaks my skin out. And so, yeah. Kimmy said it's his cat, and now he is just mad at the world. What do you mean it's his cat? Was it Chris's cat? And so now the cat's just mad at the world because Chris is gone. Yeah, I think cats. Yes, Chris's cat. Well, maybe the cat needs some grief therapy, Kimmy. Who knows? Prozac or Xanax. kitty cat Prozac. How's that? So, so I had some fun. Our ladies retreat, we have a theme, and our theme for this year is Alice in Wonderland. So I watched the version of Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp in it, and I didn't realize the movie had so many like cliche sayings that were great. But it was funny, and it had some drama, and it had some adventure, and so it was. I was kind of laughing. Our theme is Alice in Wonderland, and the the board that puts the ladies retreat on, we do a skit, and I'm going to be the Mad Hatter. So I had to watch Alice in Wonderland to see how Johnny Depp, what he did with the Mad Hatter. I've seen pictures and stuff, but man, he wears a different color eyeshadow, and half the movie's a different color. It's purple and orange, and then it was green and brown, and I don't know. So Kimmy said the cat lays up by Chris's ashes. He's so weird, but we love him. She also said, "Oh, Alice in Wonderland is so great. I enjoyed the movie. I watched it yesterday evening, and I mean, I thought, man, I gotta watch because I write the skit, so I needed some information and material to write the skit, like off with their heads and all of that. So, but there was several sayings in there that were just really good, really good. So I was writing them down, and I can use some of that, both sides of, we're going to have Alice, Mad Hatter, the rabbit, the Cheshire Cat, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and there's one more. Of course, I would make a great Mad Hatter. Now, I'm not going to have orange hair. I found a green wig when I cleaned out the lockers over there at the salon. So I'm just going to have green hair instead. So I have a yellow curly wig, but this one's green and it's long and it's got kind of ringlets, and there will be pictures. Yes, there will be pictures, Cammy. So you love that. We have a lot of fun doing that. We really do. It's a lot of fun, and everyone enjoys it. So yes, Donna, it's a lot of fun. We laugh a lot, and that's a real important thing. I love the laughter. Debbie Sue says she can't wait to see the pics. Well, you're going to have to send me your phone number so I can send you a picture. I don't have your phone number yet. So, but we'll see what we can do about that. Anyway, how long have we been on? 38. So, oh, my email is in the description on my videos. You can send me an email, and then I will text you and say, "This is Rhonda," and you will have my number. So, is there anything else y'all have struggled with letting go? Debbie Sue said, "Okay." We might have run out of steam tonight. How long do I have? I usually do this for about an hour, Donna. Just go right ahead. Oh, I my struggle with YouTube. Well, you know, I first started trying to figure out what was wrong. Well, what's wrong? And the only, the things that I've changed is I was putting out a long form video, talking head video, they call it. Um, every 5 days. And I mean, for months, it was growing. Subscribers, watch time hours, views, they were all just kind of holding steady, just steady as she goes. And then October 1st, it was almost like, it was strange. The only thing I've changed is I'm doing one long form in the live. And I've had went and I went and, checked, but they did turn on auto dubbing. And I had heard one time somewhere that can slow down your views because it's getting sent to foreign countries, and they're not putting it out as much in your language because they're auto dubbing it in other languages. So I went in and I turned that off. So, all right, Miss Donna. And I said, okay, I quit talking to a friend a couple of months ago. We've been friends over 30 years. She kept telling me gory health stories of people she knew. I didn't want to hear about them. So, yeah, that's hard. That's hard when you decide to disengage from a friend that you can't be around because they're negative or they're doing stuff like that. So, Donna said, my numbers fluctuate a little on my channel too. Well, last week when I did this, I had 769 subscribers, and I have went up and down. And I'd have 770, 769, 770, 769. I got up to like 773. Now I'm back down to 769. So, Kimmy said that, and Miss Paula said her sub numbers fluctuate daily. Yeah, I was used to that, but it's just for a whole week it stayed the same, and I got like 140 subs last month, and they're just steady. So, Kimmy, boundaries, Donna, that is so good for you. Congratulations, Kimmy. I'm proud of you. Yes, Donna has boundaries. Donna said she would even send me photos of people in the hospital. Oh my goodness. Some people are obsessed with somatic stuff. And so it's, they, Debbie Sue said, that's crazy, Donna. Yes, boundaries. You're right. You said boundary, and sometimes a physical boundary is what it takes. Evie said, I was 369 yesterday morning and it has dropped to 760 at bedtime. I don't know what's going on. That's kind of strange. Yeah, I had one or two, would lose one or two. I have on my page, I've lost a subscriber every live I've done. I lost a subscriber. Oh, Miss Paula said, Donna, that's really an invasion of their privacy on her part. You're right. It is. Donna said, yes, it is, Paula. And I told her that. Good for you, Donna. All right. Sally said she got 9 subs this morning and now she has 4 left. Yeah. Rebounding with Cheryl. She said, I'm fading, about to go to bed. It's almost 9 here. Yeah, you're an hour behind us, Donna. I don't trust telling her anything about me. That's true, Donna. If someone is talking about other people to you, then they are talking about other people to other people about you. Good night, Cheryl. Yes, ma'am, Miss Cheryl. Good night. Paula said, Donna, that's wise. Yes, it is. It's that's we have to trust that. Learn to trust how we feel and what we know and what we need to do. to take care of ourselves. Yeah, Donna from Simply Retirement Journey said, so the issue is lost, and I kind of miss her. Yes, yeah, it's sad. It's sad, even if it's for a good reason. So, Sally D said, exactly, that's what I said not too long ago. Gossip is not nice. No, it's not. Evie said, that is so true. Try to shut the convo down when people talk about others you know. Yep. Yeah. And that's hard to do, or just walk away because, I mean, standing there and listening is still being a part of it. So, Kimmy, the more we work on us, the more we see what we don't want or need. We grieve that loss too, and we find peace. That's true, Kimmy. When I, remove things that I used that were negative to make me feel better, and I realize I need to stop doing those things, I grieve it. I grieve that you know um, maladaptive behavior or character defect or whatever you want to call it. So Sally D said, or simply walk away. You can do that. Donna said at Kimberly Burns, yes, so true. I call her Kimmy. I think everybody calls her Kimmy. So, but her name is Kimberly. She's a youngin'. She probably wouldn't say that, but she's a youngin'. So, I think most. Cheryl said she was 65, so everyone in here is in their 60s except Kimmy. So she's a youngin'. She probably don't think she's that young, but what if she gets my age? Then she's going to think it was young. Everybody, Kim, everybody is in their 60s. Donna said, I turned 70 in 1 month. Oh, you're going to join my category. I'm 71. I'll be 72 in January. So, well, oh, Debbie Sue's 59. She's the spring chicken, but she's knocking on the door 60. So, Kimberly's 44. She's a youngin'. Can y'all remember when you were 44? Oh my goodness. That's young. Wow. I think 50's young. So, Donna said, the older I get, the happier I am. I think that's true. I have a lot more peace and I'm a lot happier today. And, I've worked hard on kind of getting back into shape. I had a hip replacement and then a knee replacement on the same leg. And I had to work hard to get back into shape. And I can do things today that I couldn't do 10 years ago. So, everybody calls you Kimmy. Yes. Evie said, my last kid turned 18 when I was 44. I still had so much energy. Isn't that true? Sally said, look here, people, I'm 60 and a 6 and a 0, not in my 60s. LO. 66? What are you? How old are you? 66? Sally, LOL. Oh, you're a 6 and a 0, not in your 60s. Well, you can say it different, but it's still the same. Donna said, oh gosh, that's a lot of replacing. So Paula said, I can't even remember 44. Donna said, my younger child is 47. I don't remember being 44. Oh, My oldest son is 48 years old, and my younger son is 41. Sally said, I love my Rhonda. Everybody has to have a Rhonda, but you can't have mine. There's enough of me to go around, Sally. And I'm a little bitty short thing, 5 foot tall. So Evie said her son will be 39 next month. So we're all old enough to be your mother, Kimmy. I know I am. So Donna said, one perk of getting older is grandchildren. Yes, ma'am. How many do you have, Donna? I have my one grandson, and then I have what I call a bonus granddaughter. 8. Wow, 8. Well, and my son just proposed to his girlfriend, and she's 36. So I'm kind of trying to manifest another one, grandchild. I want another granddaughter. Evie's retired. Rhonda, I noticed you're shorter than I am, but your personality is so big. Oh, you mean I got a big mouth? Oh, so anyway, I am short. You know, Sally D said, never ever change. Well, I hope I just strive to be a better person and to get closer to God. So Kimmy said she has a grandchild. Well, 2 technically, yes, and that's not uncommon for your age. I know a lot of people that are grandparents at your age. Evie said, I shrunk an inch. I am 5'8" now. Yeah. Donna said, amen, Rhonda. Yeah, I really do. I strive to just be a better person, um, and Sally said, in my eyes, you're the best person you can be, but you go ahead and continue to try being better. I'll still love you. LOL. Okay, Sally. No, I think that's what God expects of us is to strive to be a better person. And I know that in my spiritual life, what got me through yesterday or last week or last month, it's not going to carry me today. I have to continually grow spiritually to walk through life, never stop growing. So I said, I know, I was just saying, I know you like to joke around a lot and I like it. So Donna said, I can't imagine living without God in my life. That is so true. I can't either. I don't, you know, the stuff that I've walked through and that I've claimed the power to make it through stuff or to do things that I've done is through God's power. So Sally said we need to continue to grow and continue learning. Evie said, me either, Donna. Yeah, I just don't know, you know. Um, and so I'm grateful to God and what He's given us through His Word and His Son and the Spirit that lives within me. I am. So Donna said, agree, Sally. All right, so that's some good stuff. We've kind of talked all the way around the circle. So Sally asked, hey, Carol, you're just noticing I said that where were you? You weren't on here. You were somewhere else away from here, probably watching that Bachelor show instead of looking at Rhonda. Bachelor doesn't come on yet. It doesn't start till 8 o'clock. So 9 o'clock her time. So she'll make it. Okay, Evie said her and Debbie Sue were just talking about recognizing when sin creeps in and going the other way. Donna said, I'm glad I met you gals. We are all believers. We are. We are. Carol said from Whole Food Matters, I spent hours this morning listening to and making notes on how God helps us to find our calling in life. Yes. Not yet. 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes to The Bachelor. Kentucky Life with Debbie said, Rhonda just jumping in. Hi, Debbie. I did manage to get through your whole video today. In between, I watched half of it, and then I watched the other half of you cooking your breakfast in that air fryer. I've never cooked an egg in an air fryer, but I'll have to try that. I'm glad your husband's doing okay. That's hard, going to the nursing home. So Miss Paula said, Donna, yes, love that. We have in common. On Debbie's Kentucky Life with Debbie, she played a CD of, now I can't think of it. Anyway, a really good old Christian song. I loved it. Did you sing that, Debbie? Oh, Carol, I'm wishing that her show is not ending, but you're counting the minutes till it's over. Carol said, hi, Debbie. Kimmy said, my life gets better each day with my spiritual practice and the help I get from Doc. She's calling me Doc. So y'all learned something new. See, here's my cup. And there's my road name, DOC. It stands for Department of Corrections. That's what I always said. But it's not. It's Doc. They named me Doc because I was a therapist. So, all right. My life has become so much better since working with you. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you. Evie said, hi, Debbie. I watched you right before I walked tonight. Kentucky Debbie. So we have Debbie Sue and we have Kentucky Debbie. So, no, I have the Rhonda show every day. And I was on here just quiet, softly and tenderly. Yes, it is beautiful. You have a beautiful singing voice, Kentucky Debbie. I so enjoyed that. I can remember going to church camp and then playing that song. And of course, at church, it was always the song where they did the invitation. And yeah, just it's a beautiful song. Sally D said, Carol, I'm just joking around with you, okay? I don't want to ruffle any feathers here. So Carol said, haha, Sally, you honey are a sweetheart. So yes. Yeah, that song really, I mean, can't help but have great memories. I love those old hymns. I was raised Southern Baptist, and we went to I was a drugged Baptist. We were drugged to the Baptist church every time the doors were open. My dad was a deacon. My mom taught Sunday school, and they lived it. They really did live it. I mean, they modeled that. So, that I have that foundation, and so. Donna said, Sally D, love your skeletons in your car. LOL, that was pretty funny. And Donna also said, love the hymns too. Evie said, nice to meet you, Kimmy. Donna said, bye, Kimmy. Is Kimmy leaving us? It's about time for me to get off of here. Matter of fact, I have one more minute and it's been an hour. So I've enjoyed tonight's live. I hope y'all have too. And we all struggle with letting go. But when we do, the peace comes, and, then God moves. So everyone's saying, nice to meet you, Kimmy. Carol's talking about she found a Christian R&B. Love it. Thanks, Evie. It was a great live. Sally didn't fall asleep. Let go and let God. Yes, Donna. It's the best way. I will attest to that from my experience. So y'all have a good rest of your week. And, remember that God loves you and so do I. And to be you on purpose. Oh, I have to end stream.